cutie pies. I am Lanikia, and you are watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is General Hospital Edition. All right, guys. Today is Wednesday, September the 27th, 2023. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to have to give this one, you know what? Sasha did it for me. I'm going to give her a 10 on this episode. She did a wonderful job to me. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Don't forget to like, comment to let me know you were here, and subscribe to the channel. There was a lot of movement today, y'all. It was a lot. Let me just knock out a few people before we get to the main course. Hold on, Mila. Um, Trina is so excited to be going on this trip with Spencer. It's Trina and Josh. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go on this trip. I'm so nervous." And Spencer is the reason I'm late. What's taking him long? Like, where is he? Jocelyn said, "Girl, calm down. He's gonna go on this trip with you." She was like, "I'm just ready for to take my relationship with Spencer to the next level." Did I tell you, girl, he got us tickets to Moulin Rouge? She said, "Yes, you told me." And they're just having a little girl time, just talking, being besties. And so then we see Spencer over there with Esme, right? And Esme's like, "Spencer," because he making sure, okay, okay, the car coming to pick us up. Oh, okay, cool. Everything is set. And they like, "Yes." He was like, "Good." And so he's about to go get ready to go. And he said, "I just want to go through everything with you again." And here come Esme. "Spencer, look at what I just read. You can't go." Well, Spencer then calls Trina, and I'm like, this is what I'm talking about right here. This right here is what I'm talking about. He calls Trina and he tells her, "I can't go. Ace was exposed to chicken pox and he could be coming down with it." And of course Trina understands and she gets off the phone with him. He sounds depressed. She's doubly depressed and disappointed. And she understands. And even Josh is like, "Yeah, I get why he can't go." She said, "But it's okay to be upset, angry, mad, whatever you're feeling. It's okay. You don't have to look at the brighter side." Because Trina was like, "Well, maybe I could rewrite my draft and I could do this and do that." And she's like, "You can be yourself, girl. You can even throw things." Trina gonna throw a pillow, and Josh said, "Well, I mean, that's not what I meant, but okay, girl." So then she ends up leaving, and then I guess Esme sees how depressed and sad Spencer was. So she does come back to him right afterwards and give him the news that it was a false alarm, that he can still go on his trip. And I said, "Okay," because I thought Esme was trying to pull a fast one. So, anyways, he ends up running over to Trina's at the dorm. She's unpacking at this point because she thinks she can't go. And he was like, "Trina, um, they hit us back. It was a false alarm. Um, so I can't go on the trip. The car is waiting. I got us a later flight and everything." And she's like, "Oh my gosh." So they're real excited and they about to go on this trip. I said, "Y'all better not mess up my trip to New York. Y'all better not." And that's it with them, y'all. But I was happy. Moving right along, we see sorry, I'm going through my notes, see who I can knock out next, Then we see, let's go over here to the Savoy. Yeah, that would be the next place to go. So we're gonna go over here to the Savoy. And we see that Eddie Mane is talking to Marshall, and he's like, "Oh, I can't wait to hear your new song." And Eddie is like, because he hasn't finished his new song. So, he's nervous, but Marshall is so busy, he doesn't really get to talk to Marshall and tell Marshall this. So then we see that Brooklyn goes back and she talks to her dad, and she's like, "Okay, you're gonna do great." Well, she talks to Eddie Mane, and she's like, "You're gonna do great. I'm getting to see you perform. I'm excited about it." And he says, "Thanks." And she wanted to reach and hug him, but she stopped herself, and he saw she stopped herself, and she said, "Break a leg," and then she leaves. So the next thing we know, Olivia comes in because she's nervous too, right? And she gives him a scarf that Leo had given her as a gift, and he's nervous because he's trying to finish the song, but he can't finish it. But anyways, he gives her this scarf and everything, right? She gives him that scarf, and he grabbed her hands because okay, is it just me or there's no attraction between Eddie and Olivia? I don't see it. I don't know. I know. Maybe I'm just blind. Maybe I'm just blind, but I don't see the fire. I don't see the attraction. But anyways, she tries. She thinks he's about to kiss her. Child, he was just trying to give her a hug. So she's stumbling out, embarrassed and everything. And so she goes and talks to Brooklyn, who was talking. Brooklyn was talking to Blaze, but she goes and talks to Brooklyn, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I embarrassed myself. You know, I thought he was going in for a kiss." And she said, and what's hey, what's so bad about it is I wanted to kiss him, and she said I'm cheating on my husband, and Brooklyn said, with your husband? And she was like, but it's two different men. She said, I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel. I'm just confused right now because she's starting to have feelings for Eddie. I don't know, child. That would be confusing. I agree, Olivia. Anyway, so we see Blaze ends up coming and she talked to Brooklyn and Olivia. But anyways, they get the scoop in the background on everything that's went down with Blaze gets the information of everything that's went down with Eddie Main and how he's Ned and all that. So they get all of that information, right? Blaze gets all that. So then going to the other side, we see Marshall is trying to convince Curtis that look at all these people who came out. You made the call and we packed this house for Eddie Main. It's you, Marshall. These people want to see you. What we on about? These people want to see you. They want to enjoy the experience of coming in, talking to you. It's your energy. That's what's this. And Marshall said, you don't need to be giving this to no Selena Wu. And Curtis said, we're gonna talk about this later. Portia comes, TJ and Molly is there. Everyone, has come to support. And did y'all see the casting of the new Molly? Now I don't know if this is permanent. But normally, don't they say temporarily recast? But they said recast. I said, what's going on here, GH? Now, I don't know if this is permanent or not because the other Molly could come back. But I will say that I said when her brother spoke out to General Hospital fans when she was recast because they were not happy with the recast, I said then that I didn't think that was a good move. And y'all told me no, he's supporting his sister, and I thought that wasn't a good move because you got to let the fan, like, everybody goes through this, right? When the current Jordan was recast, I was like, wait a minute, but now I love her. And then when the Trina was recast, I ain't gonna even lie, I like this Trina from the very moment she was recast. I thought she could act, but that General Hospital does a lot of recasting. I think they recast more than any other soap. To be quite honest with you, the only one that might come second is Days, but General Hospital does a lot of recasting. But we see this a lot with younger actors. But anyways, so when she was recast, I said I don't think the brother should say anything because he was like, y'all give her time. She's an actress and all that. I was like, if she's gonna do this role, just let her do the role. You don't have to come out and defend her or whatever, because that actually casts more light on her that the fans don't like it. And that's all I be saying. Just come out. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Mila is acting up. Anywho, so I don't know. I thought he should have done that, but I'm gonna tell General Hospital something. Y'all gotta stop recasting Molly. Like, if this is Temp, even if it's just Temp and Brooke is coming back to play Molly, y'all gotta stop recasting her. Like, if something end up happening and y'all had roles and you wanted her to play, um you need to just put, like, we're gonna push your scenes back until you get well or whatever is happening, because this is too many Mollies in a short amount of time. Yep, you get it. But anyways, this Molly didn't say too much, and I think they purposely did that. So she's talking to Curtis and all them, and Michael, Willow, and Christina come in, and Michael is really afraid, about Willow being out. And she said, oh, Christina's like, Michael, you're gonna start being a type A like Molly. And so Michael's like, what's going on with you and Molly? And she said, watch and see. And so she goes over, and Molly tells TJ, she's coming over. I said, girl, that's your sister. Like, what are you doing? That's your sister. What? I don't know. It's too much for me. Y'all too boring to be like this. Y'all are too boring to be this. Y'all gonna have to write them something else. It's too boring for them to have this stuff. But anyways, Christina just comes over and she says, I hear congratulations are in order because because Sarah getting is pregnant. And she says, I'm really happy for you guys. And that's it. She just left it at that. So she made Molly and CJ just look silly because I don't know. I don't care at this point. Let's move on. So, anyways, we see Tracy ends up arriving. So Michael sees her and he says, Tracy, don't you want to go and congratulate, wish Eddie good luck or anything like that? She said, no. He said, the whole family's here to support. Don't you want to be out and be seen, showing that you're here to support? She said, no, but what you could do is give me a scotch on the rocks. He said, with pleasure, Tracy. He goes on about it, the business. And so that's it with that. Now, did y'all see Christina and Blaze? Is this gonna be a little relationship right here? Y'all tell me what you think in the comments, because if it is, I'm not mad at it. If Christina and Blaze go have something going on, because I would like to see Christina get in a relationship, and I would like to see her get into something. But I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. So, anyways, Molly ends. I mean, excuse me. They all end up, hanging around, and Eddie comes to the stage. And when he comes to the stage, he performs, and then Curtis at one point tells him, "Perform your new song, Eddie." He said it's not ready. He said, and I don't want to give y'all a half baked song. So what I'm going to do is perform a classic, and it's dedicated to Olivia. It was a cute moment. It was cute, and I liked the song. He did a really good job, and it was cute. And that's it, y'all, with the Savoy. Let's move on. So then we go over here, and okay, we get into the meat of the episode. So now we see Chase goes in on Dante and Cody, because Sam comes and she says, "Is Dante here?" He said, "Mm-mm." She said, he was like, he's interrogating a witness." He said, but she said, "Oh, I'll just text him." He said, "No, I'm gonna have him come in with you." And he told Cody and Dante, "Sam's here now, y'all could tell me what's going on." So they feel Chase in on everything that's going on with Sasha, and he was just shocked. He said, "I care about Sasha too. I'm glad you were able to figure it out." But he's shocked, and Gladys, he was like, "I never would have thought she would have done Sasha like that. Like, that's so horrible." And they were like, "Yeah, but he was like, whatever y'all need, like, I am here. I will happily help." So Chase ends up leaving. He ends up going to the Savoy to support Eddie and Brooklyn and all that, right? So then we see who Cody, Dante, and Sam. And Dante actually ends up leaving with Chase, going outside. And when he goes outside, he runs into Scott, who says, "My client is here." He said, "Did Cody call you?" He said, "No, but I heard you had him in here, and I figured you wasn't giving him his legal rights to an attorney, so I'm here to check him out." So Dante said, "All right, let's go up in here with Cody then." Now Cody and Sam are in there talking, and Cody is worried about Sasha. And Sam says she's strong, and he says, "I'm not worried about Sasha I being fragile or anything. I'm worried about what Gladys will do, because Gladys is dangerous." So then we see that when Scott comes in, he was like, and I thought Ken had left the show, but maybe they brought him back. Maybe y'all, because y'all were causing a fuss when they had said he had left. Hold on, Mama, we'll go over your shapes. So sorry, Mila wanted to go over her shapes real quick. But maybe y'all caused such a fuss they went on ahead and brought him back. I don't know. But anyways, now he's on the inside with them, because and they Sam and Dante leave Cody in there with Scott, because they was like, "That's what he get. He deserves Scott." So Scott is like, "What is going on?" So then we see Dante go outside and talk to Sam, and she's telling him, "Listen, there's a lot. Listen, I'm concerned about Sasha," and they're both concerned because they know Sasha is strong, but they're really concerned about Gladys and what she could do if she's cornered. Now we get over here to Sasha, and when I tell you, Sasha was like, "I'm gonna do these acting chops today," she did. So we see that she talks to Gladys, okay, so Gladys, they pick up where we left off, where she's packing, and she gets a knock on the door, and she was like, "What is it? Who is it? I thought you were supposed to text, so maybe it was her Uber driver or something that was supposed to be picking her up." But anyways, it's Sasha, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, Sasha, where you been?" Yada yada yada, and Sasha says, "Gladys, where you going? What you doing?" And she was like, "I was going to look for you," and she said, "It looks like you packing." She said, "Yeah, I was gonna pack a few things." What you packing things for to look for Sasha? Gladys, that don't even make sense. But anyway, she said, "Yeah, I was just gonna pack a few things and go look for you and everything." Don't do that. And go look for you. And Sasha said, Gladys said, "I was just worried out of my mind. I didn't know what had happened to you. I was just so afraid." And Sasha is pretty much like, "Cut the act. I already know what you did." And she was like, "What?" She said, "Gladys, you are the reason that I was in Ferncliff, because you and Dr. Montague planned this against me because you didn't want me to end my guardianship." And Gladys is trying to say, "Oh my gosh, Cody's got to you. He's lying to you. None of that's true. I would never hurt you." And Sasha started telling her, "Yes, you would, because you were the one who told me every time I turned around, you was like, 'Take the pills Dr. Montague gave you. Take the pills he gave you.'" And Sasha just started going off on Gladys about, "You, I trusted you. We were family. You were with Brando and I when we came home after Liam died. And then you turned around and you sold Brendo's garage, and then you've been using all my money, like you've been trying to wipe me clean in my accounts and everything. You've been doing all of this. Like, I can't believe you did this, Gladys. You were supposed to be my family." And Gladys is like, "Sasha, it just got too far. She didn't mean to do that, and she definitely didn't know the doctor was going to do that to her." She said, "What did you think he was going to do?" She said, "He was giving you the pills, and I didn't know that what they were gonna do to you, and I didn't ask." And that took the cake for me, because I was like, that's what it really boils down to. You didn't even try to find out. Like, you didn't care what those pills were gonna do to Sasha. So you wanted her money so bad that you knew that doctor was giving her some bad meds. And you got to the point where you didn't even bother to ask, "Hey, how is this gonna affect her?" She just didn't care. All she wanted was to keep control. And Gladys admits, "I just got in over my head with gambling, and I kept trying to say I was gonna pay it back, but I kept losing more money. And so it just got to a point where there was nothing I could do." And she said, "And you didn't want me knowing that you had been stealing my money." That's what it comes down to. You didn't want me knowing you had stole my money. So instead of just letting me out of the guardianship, you got with Dr. Montague and y'all kept me drugged up." She said, "Do you know he had pills that while I was in Ferncliff, he was injecting me? He kept injecting me with drugs and to keep me out of it. And then he had pills where he was going to act like I OD'd." And Gladys didn't know all that. But even if she didn't know, it was the fact that she had already said, "I didn't ask what he was doing." So she got Gladys to admit everything she had done, and Sasha was ripping her a new one, and she deserved it. She deserved everything Sasha was saying and doing to her. So then we go to seeing Gladys is just like, "I'm so sorry, Sasha. Because Sasha was like, we were family. How could you do this when we were family?" She says, "We are, and I'm sorry I hurt you and everything." And Sasha said, "You want to make this right for me?" Because Gladys wants to make it right. She said, "You go to that police station and you tell them what you did to me. You tell them." I said, "Why you ain't got on no wire?" That's what she should have had, a wire to record Gladys confessing to this. Would that be legal? I don't know, child. Anyways, y'all, that's all I got. That was General Hospital today. And this girl, like, we about to go over these letters and shapes and stuff, because clearly she wants to go over them, because she fucking me. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. You guys let me know what you think. Drop a comment below. And I will see you tomorrow for another episode of What Happened on the Soaps General Hospital edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.